Hi, I'm Zach, a graphic designer here on YouTube, and today I'm going to be redesigning the logo for Wegmans, which is a grocery store that's in upstate New York, and now it's in Virginia and Pennsylvania. Otherwise, I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping and talk about the channel in general. So yeah, in the first video where you saw my face, I was using a webcam, which I thought would look good. I thought it would have good high resolution, but for some reason it just didn't work. It was always making me blurry. So I figured out a way to make my phone a webcam, which I didn't know I could do, but it's been really helpful because iPhones come with really great cameras, thankfully. And otherwise, I just want to say that I'm going to be growing as I build this channel and make more videos. So my videos might not be so great in the beginning, but over time, I think you'll see that they'll become much better as I grow and become a better graphic designer and video editor and YouTuber. I'm excited to get into this project. So yeah, let's get started. I found this PDF from Wegmans' website that goes a little bit over the history, and I found some interesting factoids that I can use for the logo. For one, there's this horse pushcart thing here that's got groceries on it and some old-timey looking folks. And it turns out that's a picture of the first Wegmans grocery stand before it was a grocery store. It was started by two brothers, as you can see here, two brothers, John and Walter Wegman, in 1916, and they were fresh produce pushcart peddlers in the beginning, before they opened their first grocery store. And I thought that would be an interesting place to start with the logo. And I can show you some of the other things I found from Wegmans. There's over here in the AI file, there's the history of their logos. So in the 1930s, it looked like this, all the way to now, which now it looks like this. And I think my favorite logo was in the 50s. I kind of have been going through a mid-century graphic design phase at the moment, so it's kind of fitting my vibe. Also, just so you can see, here's what their branding sort of looks like. They've got the Wegmans Organic. They've got their motto, which is "Food you feel good about." It's on a lot of their products. But got a lot of this sort of playful brush pen font on a lot of their stuff, like this garden salad, smooth marinara here, lemon, creamy. So they like that cursive look, that cursive sort of brush pen font look. So then I went through Pinterest to find some interesting and helpful pictures and illustrations and logos. So these are two logos I found that I really like of grocery stores. Got Trader Joe's, which that is such a good store. You know, it's got the best products. It's got the best. My best friend thinks the best friend that hates Wegmans loves Trader Joe's. But to be fair, the Trader Joe's we have here is very small. I don't know if there are really big Trader Joe's or not, but gotta love Trader Joe's. Then there's Piggly Wiggly. I've never been, but I do like their logo. It's very much looks like an illustration from the 50s or earlier. This pig with the little cute hat. Otherwise, I was looking at illustrations sort of like this that look, I don't know, fonts that look old, that look vintage. I especially liked this one right here, where it goes from the cursive font for the big word, and then a sans serif font for the next thing. So, for example, I could have Wegmans, food you feel good about. And I'll show you the fonts I found. So for the main text for Wegmans, I thought one of these three would be a good starting point. I think this one is my favorite so far. And then for the subtitle text, I think one of these three would be good. We've got Antique Olive, Acme Gothic, and Myriad Pro, which I know is like the starting font you get when you open up or start a new text box in Adobe. But I thought it looked kind of cool condensed like this. And I think I'm either going for Antique Olive or Acme Gothic. And I love Acme Gothic. I think it's my favorite font. But I think I'll go with this. Over here we have some interesting names. Well, they're not that interesting. But anyway, Brush Script is one. We've got Bistro Script, which the name itself is super dope. I think it's cool. And then Lemongrass Script. And although I do like this one, I think this it fits the aesthetic I'm going for the most. So I think I'm just gonna pull out the two that I am gonna put together and see how they look together. So Wegmans will go down here. This first logo, I decided I would make a pushcart as the main item to build on, since the first people to start Wegmans in a way, like before Wegmans even started, the founders used pushcarts to push groceries. So I thought I could have this as the background. And then since I was into the turn of the century graphic design, like the Flintstones and the Jetsons, that sort of style, I thought I would go with a brush pen font, as I described before, which I also use in another logo in this video. I then wanted to add the sans serif as the secondary for this text grocery store. Yeah, also important to note, I'm filming this after I've already made all the logos. So there's a color change here, a color palette change with this tan, green, and brown. Before it was red and yellow and brown, I believe. But yeah, that's the first logo. The second logo is a much simpler version of the first one. There's no pushcart in the back. It's got this wavy text, which is basically the most complicated thing going on. I thought it could make a good font, because a lot of fonts are pretty simple, so that they can go on anything without worrying about it being too complicated. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to say about this one. It was pretty simple. This third logo is the one I probably worked the hardest at. I thought grocery store, so produce. So I made a brown paper bag, well, at least a design that simulates a brown paper bag, like the one you would use at a grocery store, and put a bunch of veggies in there. And with this logo, I decided to use a sans serif for the Wegmans text and for grocery store. I don't know if I should have used Acme Gothic for all the grocery stores and every logo, but I don't know. I'm just a sucker for that font, and the more I can use it, the better I feel. I just love it so much. But yeah, this is the third font, and I decided to do an outline around a brown offset path, so a tan outline around the brown offset path, just because there was too much brown already in the background, and I couldn't put the offset path as tan because it's the same color. So yeah, just went with a nice little outline here and here, which I think makes the text pop. Here's the mock-up for the first logo. I decided I would go with tote bags, grocery tote bags, because they're pretty common nowadays. Pretty much every supermarket has reusable bags, and I didn't have the time or energy for creating all different packaging that supermarkets have. So I thought just a simple mock-up design for tote bags would be fun and easy. I didn't record myself making the designs that are going on each tote bag, but I thought the focus of this video was more the logos, so I didn't think it was an issue. So yeah, here are the mock-ups, and this first one I went with something not too complicated because the logo already has a bit of complexity to it, with the little graphic of the push cart behind the text. I thought I'd just make something that makes it pop out more with this red background. And I added the motto of Wegmans, which is food you feel good about. And yeah, made a little oval here and a line across, and I thought it looked cute, so I stuck it on the tote bag. This is the second mock-up I did for the second logo, and one of the older, well, I guess the current Wegmans logo, one of them is a plate with, I think, a cup and a spoon or something like that. That's sort of drawn in a looks like a dry paintbrush did it. But I thought I could riff on the plate and make like sort of a picnic looking design for this mock-up, and again adding the "Food You Feel Good About" motto on the bag. And I made a pattern that I used as the tablecloth, and I think it's very nice looking. This is the third mock-up I did. Again, I wanted to keep it simple because the logo is pretty complex. This one way more complex than the first one because it has all the vegetables added. And this shopping bag looking thing, brown paper shopping bag. And again, I used the red to make everything pop. I opted to not use the purple because I thought it would be too many colors for this one. But yeah, this is just a simple circle behind the logo, and I guess there's not much more else to say about this one. Just makes it pop. Well, it seems we have reached the end of the video, and I wanted to give a huge thank you to everyone who has liked my videos and subscribed. And if you're not one of those, consider this video to be the one where you do. So head on over to that subscribe button and give it a click, and while you're at it, click that heart button, just so you know how much you appreciate me. Yeah, so hope to see you in the next one, and have a great day.